Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the regular city council meeting of Tuesday, December 3rd, 2019. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Start out with an invocation and the pledge of allegiance by Mayor Schuler.
Please follow with me. As we enter this Christmas season, we need to remember what it's really all about. Christmas is the night when the Lord was born. May the blessings of the Lord visit you and your family at every moment of your life. May you be blessed with the love of your family, compassion to the needy, courage to stand up for yourself, unmatchable success in life, and the ability to handle it. We pray that our lives be filled with His glory and His peace, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Welcome.
Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Shute.
Here.
Carlisle.
Here.
Ivy.
Here.
Lawrence.
Here.
Stewart.
Here.
Detman.
Here. If there's anyone in the audience that would like to address any issue before council this evening, please come forward and see Clerk Haley, and she'll give you a little piece of paper to fill out, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on in the agenda. That's anything that's not on tonight's agenda. Mayor's report.
Just like to say that the circle this weekend was pretty cool. If you guys were there and saw the lighting of the circle and the snow. Small Business Saturday was a success. And I think next year, it'll continue to grow. But it was really, had a lot of people on the circle. And it was a neat event, and really thanks to Christy, the CRA. And I think Hannah gets a big round of applause on that, because she put a lot of work and time into that. So, but just thank her for us, if you don't mind, Christy. But thank you for all you've been doing and kind of solidifying our downtown and getting it back in shape. But it was a good event.
And the new office is looking good too. You're welcome. Anything else, Mayor?
Nope.
That's it, huh? Council members' concerns, comments, liaison reports. We'll start to my left. Charlie?
Yeah, I have a comment on our new traffic circle. I had the opportunity to go around it a couple of times. And I know it's a long time in coming and a lot of traffic on Lakeview, but it is complete now. I think it was the right move. Traffic will always be flowing there, even after storms that we might have in the future. There's no light there, so you don't have to stop all the way unless there's other cars. So I think they did an excellent job. I just want to say thanks.
Mr. Stewart? Mark?
No, sir.
Well, the mayor always takes
He
what I
always
want to
does,
say,
doesn't he?
so, but I did go
You just
back
can't
down.
remember it, that's the
That's
problem.
what it is?
I
I did go,
I saw you playing in the snow.
yeah. But I did go back down Sunday night just to see, and there was a lot of people down there Sunday night. I mean, a lot of people.
Good.
So I think that's one of the best things we can do through the holiday season. Kids love it, and I think the parents do too. So, I mean, there was people lined up watching the puppets, adults and children, so I think that's pretty neat.
And it was kind of neat to have it open a little bit earlier, especially since we have a little less time between now and Christmas this year. I should say between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I think the
Came out very
CRA's
nicely.
CRA's doing a great job of
Yep.
bringing things downtown too,
Yep.
so.
Kurt?
Well, I fulfilled my liaison duties with the Code Enforcement Board. It wasn't quite as exciting as the circle. But let me say that they got a tough job. They do a good job there, listening to all that
Yeah, they do.
every month. Yeah, I have to hand it to them. But that's all I have right now.
Okay, good. Well, we have a consent agenda tonight with 13 lucky items on it.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there anyone from the audience who would like to discuss any of these items? Before we take the vote, if you don't mind, I would like to call Ms. Ada McGowan up very quickly. She's going to tell you the what, where, when, and why. She is with us this evening. It's regarding the Martin Luther King Day Parade coming up.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am Ada McGowan. I'm with the Highlands County Citizens with Voices. That's a nonprofit organization. And every year for the past 6 years, we've been hosting the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade from downtown Sebring. And we will have a community picnic right across the street from the Bountiful Blessing. A couple of times we had it at the Boys and Girls Club. This year it's going to be the same route. Those of you who have a copy of the map, you will see the route where we're going to be taking, and we're going to end up at the big open field at the across the street from the Bountiful Blessing. But the reason why I'm up here now is to invite everyone to this parade and to the community picnic. It will begin. The lineup will begin at the on Center Street at the First United Methodist Church, and we will start promptly at 12 o'clock. Mr. Shoup will attest to that. 12 o'clock we start. We begin the
Don't
parade.
be late.
You late, you left. We go downtown, and then we begin immediately after the parade. We begin our picnic, and we have a lot of food, and we do a few presentations to some of the people in the community. I would greatly appreciate it, even if you can't be in the parade, just come out and just see what's going on MLK Day.
Thank you, Ms. McGowan, we appreciate it.
And this is going to be the
Good job.
20th, January the 20th.
Okay. Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so we do have a motion, we have a second on all 13 items. Jackie, call the roll.
Carlisle.
Yes.
Ivy.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes. Item number 9, old business, Curry Street, Adriana Fernandez, are you here? Anyone here representing Adriana Fernandez? This is old business. Reference Curry Street. Well,
Is she here?
I don't think we're gonna get a whole lot done if Ms. Fernandez isn't here. Why don't we do this? Can we just go ahead and table this until the end in case she's running late, and we'll go on to new business? Let's do that. Is that okay with you guys?
Yep.
Okay, good deal. Here we go, new business, 10A, CRA Waterfront Development Project. Mr. Lydell.
Good evening, Council. David Lydell, the Chair of the Sebring CRA. Tonight we have 2 items for y'all to consider. The first is the waterfront project. It is in our master plan to work on the waterfront down there where the city pier is located at. There is a preliminary drawing that's in our master plan. It needs to get a little bit of tweaking from when it was originally proposed. One of the items that's in there, for example, is a boardwalk, but we don't own enough real estate to be able to build the boardwalk. Our board at the last meeting voted to go ahead and take action to begin the process of a RFQ to seek a firm that can help us with the design and address the engineering issues that are down there and move forward on trying to put that project together. We envisioned that it would, once we get started and we select a firm, that we would have a steering committee comprised of city council members, CRA, and city staff to start putting input into what that will look like going forward, and then also incorporate some public input meetings as well to get some input from the public as far as what's needed, desired, and everything else. We would work with y'all to keep you informed and move forward with updating you as we go through that design process, and then ultimately bring it back for your approval once we're ready to begin the project.
Any questions? Comments?
Sounds good to me.
There is no staff recommendation, so if someone would like to make a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion for council to approve the CRA undertaking the design phase for the waterfront redevelopment project.
Second.
Is there anyone in the audience that'd like to chime in on this issue? Kathy, call the roll.
Carlisle.
Yes.
Ivy.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes. Item 10B, CRA redevelopment master plan update and extension. Mr. Lydell again.
Yes, sir. This item deals with our master plan. We are currently set to sunset in 2024, so we have voted as a board to begin the RFQ process to hire a firm to help us with amending the plan. And the big issue is to extend the life of the CRA. As many of you may know, CRAs have come under some legislative scrutiny over the past couple of years, and right now we do have the opportunity to extend it. We'd like to go ahead and start that process before the legislature does something that might prohibit us from doing that. We will also address items within the plan that either are out of date and don't need to be included anymore, or items that need to be updated or added into the plan. An example would be, we do not have anything in our plan right now for rent subsidies. We've talked with several other CRAs that have rent subsidy grant programs. That would be something that would help to entice people to bring their businesses to the downtown area, and we could help support in that role. Currently, we're not able to do that, but we would work with this firm to go ahead and do that, and we would need the council's approval to go forward with that process and then bring back the plan for your approval once it's completed.
Thank you, David. Comments, questions, or concerns from council?
So if I understand you correctly, after you get this all done, then you'll bring it back and we can approve it at that time, so we'll have a chance to review all of it.
Absolutely, yeah, there's an entire process that we'll have to go through to get to that point and ultimately seek your approval for the plan.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to council to approve the CRA moving forward with its master plan update and time extension as requested. Tongue tied there.
We have a motion
I'll second.
and a second by Charlie Lawrence. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to comment on this topic? Nobody. It's not televised tonight. You can get away with almost anything. Kathy's here. That's why Mr. Stanley's here. I'd like to recognize Mr. Scott Stanley, longtime seated member of the Sebring City Council, here to keep us in order tonight. Thanks for being here. Kathy, please call the roll.
Carlisle.
Yes.
Ivy.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes.
Thank you, council.
Looks like the last item under new business, Chief Hoagland, Public Safety, answering points interlocal agreement with the Highlands County Sheriff's Office.
Mayor, council, staff, good evening. Carl Hoagland of the Sebring Police Department. Item 10C is an interlocal agreement that is been prepared by Sheriff's Office Counsel Garrett Roberts and has been reviewed by Attorney Bob Swain for the city. Essentially, the 11-page document is a very comprehensive way to address several statutory requirements from Florida Statute 365-179. And without going through all 11 pages, we'll cover some high points of what's required in the interlocal agreement. Statute requires that all first responder agencies within the county, which would include law enforcement, fire service, and EMS or emergency medical, come up with interlocal agreements so that our PSAP, or call center for short, can provide emergency radio information to the first responders that are out in the field. The statute requires that there not be a transfer of 911 calls and emergency information in an effort to efficiently deliver first responder services. In addition to that, the interlocal agreement has to be documented, has to be provided to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement by January 1st, 2020, and training has to be accomplished with all dispatchers to effectively carry out the missions and objectives listed in the interlocal agreement. And I'll ask Garrett if I've missed anything. Looks like we've got the all clear. Any questions regarding the interlocal agreement?
No, and I think we're lucky, Carl, and we've recognized that way back when, June of 2005, I believe it was, we went under the single PSAP with Highlands County Sheriff's Office,
Yes, sir.
which makes this very, very easy to accomplish, at least in that regard. A lot of other departments are really struggling with that.
Essentially, we have 11 pages to do, or to codify something that we've done for years,
That's
fortunately.
right.
So we're very
That's
fortunate
right.
in that regard.
That must have been pretty easy for you, sir. All right, gentlemen, what's your pleasure? Any
I'll make a
comments,
motion,
questions
we-
of the chief?
I'll make a motion we execute
Execute.
the
Good lord.
agreement as requested. I need to get my tongue.
This guy's quick. I think we know what you want to do.
Second.
And we got a second from Mr. Ivy.
Did I just get fired? I'm just trying to clarify. Executed?
Execute, yeah.
I've got the keys to the car, sorry. Any comments from the audience?
I may
Any
need a
questions?
designated driver, how's that?
That's right, that's right.
I live in the city, it's not a,
Any comments from the audience on this topic? This is pretty serious business here too, and we've always been that way as far as our public safety, so I know we're in good hands. Yep. I think we need to call a roll.
Cardile.
Yes.
Ivy.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Detman.
Why, sure.
thank you.
That's a yes.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Carl. I don't see that Adriana Fernandez is here, so do you want to just go ahead and table that and contact her and then put it out in the next meeting? Would that be the right way
Well,
to handle this?
let's not table it in case she can't come.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll just contact her and see if she can.
Yeah.
Take no action on it.
Take no action at all?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I don't see any city attorney's business. I think we're right down to the final strokes here, and that might be to pay the bills.
Council needs to approve the paying of the bills, please.
So moved.
Second.
You can't beat him. That's good. We got a motion and a second. Anybody want to question anything that's on the bill run? Kathy, your turn.
Cardile.
Yes.
Ivy.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Detman.
Yes. Just one other item here. Christmas parade this Friday, 7 o'clock. Be there. It's always a fun time. Bring your families and friends.
And that is a requirement for council members, right?
If you want to make it that, go ahead and make that a motion.
And I think this is the first time probably in a long, long time that the mayor and all of our council are gonna be in it, so.
Yeah, but Mr. Stewart's gonna be riding in a convertible. He requires the top to be up though, for some reason.
Big hat,
Personal
dark
safety.
glasses.
He don't want his hair to blow.
That's
right, yes.
The Pope machine for him, so.
So
Come on
anyhow,
now.
I think that's enough of this.
I think it's enough.
Thank you all for being here. Good evening.
I don't have to worry about that hair thing.